Welcome everyone to Gpat Tutorials Achiever'S talk session. In today's session, we will talk with someone who has qualified Gpat and NIPER, securing a rank of 323 and 113. So congratulations, Chirag, for your achievement from the Gpat tutorial. And so you have been a very sincere and diligent since the beginning and has never failed to amaze us with your dedication. So the journey of success, is a process of working through each and every step. You arrive at the next one, and then it keeps on motivating and inspiring you, and you go on doing it. So now coming into your journey of success, what actually did drive you or inspire you to think for Gpat? And then why did you suddenly join Gpat tutorial?
Yeah, sir. Thank you. First of all, thank you, sir, for inviting me, and it's a very privilege and honor for me to, in front of all junior who are watching this video, I can, if I can, a bit inspire them from my talk. And yeah, Gpat was my dream from a very earlier stage. When I came to know about Gpat when I was getting admitted in B.Pharm course. From that time I knew about Gpat. It was an exam like for master degree. I got to know about Gpat tutorial when I was in the college, and some of my seniors were there, and they also studied there, and they suggested me about this. And also in Facebook and all the social media pages I saw about Gpat tutorial. Many of the other colleges students also were there. And from that onwards I came to know about Gpat tutorial.
Great to hear from you, Chirag. Another important point, Chirag, we'll love to discuss here, that during the examination time, it's a very stressful situation for the juniors because they have a huge burden on themselves to perform well. They have to secure a good rank, and the marks of your qualifying marks is increasing day by day, right? So in fact, in this time it's very important so how much you focus in this study, how much you study, how long you have to study. So how did you yourself set up this?
So for me, there was never a specific time to study, but the effort that you give in your study time, that was the main thing for me. Whenever I study, I try to focus the 100% for that moment of time, and I used to study full-heartedly for that time. And I used to just link up the subject with the practical world so that it could more easily be in your mind, and you could catch up with those. I just linked my college topics, means my B.Pharm topics, with all the practical world, and I used to solve the case study question that would fully make the portion more interesting, and I could cover lots of topic with those case study, and it makes the thing very interesting.
So Chirag, one important thing, which, like, when you are focusing on a study, how did you manage as a time management? Like, is it like you have to study for 10 hours a day, or during your college hectic schedules? How did you manage as a, like, for a time, how much to study which subject, with like 2 hours a time for chemistry, or how did you schedule your time according to the subjects?
Yeah, I already mentioned that I didn't have any specific time that I have to study for that many hours in a day. But during my college time, when any subject was taught by our professor, then I used to pay attentive. I was attentive in the class so that I could capture all those lecture, all those topics they were taught us. And then there were other. I used to go for when there were free time. I used to go to library and search for the books that would help me, or in the leisure time I could go for those topic.
So, Chirag, one important aspect which really comes to my mind now, like time factor, is a very important for a competitive examination. So,
Yeah.
what important things or rules you maintain during the examination purpose, and how did your time management skills develop?
Yeah, during exam, I actually have given lots of mock tests, and from the mock test, I knew that how much time I need to give for one round of question, and I used to give 3 round of survey to the question paper. Means I first round was just for the CO type question, then I came back for the next round, and then those 50-50 kind of question, and then the last part was for those question which was not that much that I was not sure about those question, not that much sure, I need some time for those question. That was the third. So while giving that many mock tests from Gpat tutorial only, I came to know that that was an experience kind of thing. Like when I gave that many kind of exam, you will only get that experience, that how will you maintain the time, and at which time you need to complete one round of that paper. And
So, Chirag, just to interrupt in between, very sorry, just to interrupt in between. When you have a preparation, like for example, I give a situation, you have attended several mock examinations, and in that case, you do not have a such good preparation, right?
Yeah.
In case of GPAT syllabus, you are unable to complete. It's a vast syllabus. You mentioned at the beginning of the talk. It's a very vast syllabus. You cannot complete every part of the syllabus. So it's a part which you are good in. You have completed that part. You have tried to complete as much of the syllabus you can. Now, giving on the situation on an examination, when you are facing GPAT tutorial mock test, you have given a syllabus, and due to the hectic schedule, you could not complete of that much of syllabus. Now, when you give an examination, how do you strategize? Like how many questions should I attempt? How to attempt the question? Should I read the question properly, or how to do this? If you can explain this part.
So if I am not, I have not completed that part. Means I am not, I have not gone through those topic. Then first of all, for me, I think I need to answer as many as question as I can, because at the end of the mock test, many of the students don't go for analyzing part. Means you need to analyze the question, the exam you gave. So if you attempt as many as question, means from of 125 question, if you go for 100 plus question, you attempt at that part, you can from that you can get two things, that is how many question are going wrong, and from that you can also gain one thing, that is what are the question you don't know, what are the topic you don't have any idea about.
Very
it
good, right.
What are the topic from which the question come from which you haven't studied.
Right,
Means,
exactly.
if you don't have the time to study those topic, or there is very less time for the exam, if I go through the question while my mock test exam, so I can I don't know about the answer, what's the answer, I'm guessing about it, but still it is a mock test, so I can go for it. So if I go for that topic, I just answer anything. After giving the exam, when I am analyzing the answer, I just saw, okay, this is the question and this is the answer. Now,
Okay.
this kind of question comes in GPAT.
Exactly.
So, if even if I cannot cover whole part of that chapter, but I can at least in my memory the question and the
Question is
answer there, and afterward I can just go through those part. Then if there is a question, then I can answer that.
Definitely. Chirag, it's a very important point you mentioned, to analyze a question paper after giving an examination, just not to give an exam. Like I sit for an exam, give the exam, it does not matter how much I get. But yes, after I complete an exam, if I can analyze the questions properly from where the questions have come, if I cannot answer, then which part I am lacking behind, then I can actually be developing my, answering capabilities, reading the questions properly. So it's a very important point which you mentioned, and I think the juniors should also learn from it. If you want to.
Analyzing the question is more important than giving the mock test, because
Right.
you can give mock test and complete it, but you cannot gain anything from that. But if you analyze each and every question, you can gain lot of knowledge from that, and you can cover a lot of topic. Even if you don't study about that, but you know about that, it could be like any fact kind of question. You can get the answer from there.
Right, definitely, Chirag. It's a very important point, because what we see, like people, most of the students, if they feel that the preparation is not good, they do not give the examination. But again, there a plus point is also there. If you give the examination, then you can understand the places where you lag behind. You can analyze the question, which one to attempt, not to attempt. It's a very important point, Chirag, you discussed. Chirag, now coming to Gpat Tutorials platform. So, it's behind every success there is an unseen hard work, sacrifice, and persistence. So you also must be having that. As a mentor, how was Gpat Tutorial role behind your success?
During my third year time, when there was a very much pressure for every GPAT aspirant, they might know that in third year it is very crucial time. There is lots of subject you need to study in college for your semesters also, and the GPAT the boost time for GPAT preparation also. So during that time, I my preparation was almost okay, but I couldn't access myself or assess myself how my performance was. I couldn't understand at what rate I am improving, or so. At that time, I just called our Gpat tutorial mentor and asked about the mock test, and he said that there is a mock test conducted in every week for a specific syllabus. And then I started giving mock test in every week.
Important thing I would just to mention, which we have seen, that every week after you give an examination, result is being published now, and then I think you can assess yourself, like where you were, because out of a 60 students, when you stand out at the beginning, you stand out at 30 or 40, and then you rise yourself as the mock test goes. I think that part is a self-assessment, that yes, as it progresses, my studies is also progressing. I'm getting a good bit of marks. I am assessing myself. Questions are being assessed. I think this part.
Yeah, I could see my marks with all my batchmates who were giving exam, and I could compare with them. Also, my how many questions were wrong, and how could I make it correct. Don't repeat the same mistake once again. That's where my strategies and Gpat tutorial all in every week they conducted test, and that helped a lot.
So Chirag, if you could give us any unique tips, especially for the juniors, like last 1 month before the examination, and how will they develop their skills, or where to focus, or how much to study, so that they do not get extra pressurized, especially talking on the fact of GPAT and NIPER also.
1 month, last 1 month, the time is very short that moment, and you can't go for a whole revision, means whole new concept. You can't go for understanding new concept at that moment. You need to revise and revise, and most of the time you need to focus on studies. And I used to do like I in my room I have full of sticky notes, and in those I have written all those my kind of thing, like any short mnemonics, or anything that I forgot very easily. so that I can I could whenever I get up or I'm just staring out and I saw that sticky note and remember those topics. These were the thing I used to do in the last month. I was regularly seeing the sets that were provided by Gpat tutorial.
So, Chirag, now a day before the GPAT examination, it's a very high tense, stressful situation. You do not know where to stop your study. You just go on studying and you do it until the point where you reach the examination hall, right? So, how was your day, a day before the examination?
The day before exam, I was determined that I will not study, but still I couldn't resist myself. I had to study because I thought I haven't covered that topic, but still I was trying to resist myself. So the day before exam, I was studying very less, but still there were topics that were concerning me, and I had to study little bit. But I was not stressing that much. But just before exam, I was traveling from by train to my center, and while I was going, I had nothing to do, and I was concerning about the exam. And then I took my phone and I started seeing all the notes, and I couldn't understand. I came to my while I was watching all the notes, I came to my examination center, and just before the exam, I was admiring why I was studying for that long. I thought that I will not study before the exam, and after that I kept my phone and went to examination hall. You should never, at least don't stress and
Just before the examination.
If you want to see those topics, okay, just go. Once you just remember in your mind, you don't need to go to the note and see in the just before the exam. In Gpat, whenever during the mock test, you can think about the question for at least 1 minute. But in the NIPER exam, you can't even think about it.
Right.
If you know the answer, tick it and go for the next question. That's the main thing in NIPER. You have to just recollect your memory and go for the option you know, and then go for the next question. That's the way you have to go.
Great. Chirag, it was a great talk session with you, and it's been a very good journey, I think, for you, and we also hope that the next journey also becomes a very good for you, and all the best for your future endeavors. So thank you, Chirag, from Gpat Tutorial once again.
Thank you very much.